Memes came strolling in, so let's welcome in our meme team. Joining us now, Turning Point USA contributor, lawyer, and Republican strategist Erin Elmore, and host of Stacey on the Right on SiriusXM, Stacey Washington. She's also the co-chair of Project 21 and Turning Point USA spokesperson. Oh, she's with us, the host of Poplicks, Alex Clark. Let me start with you, Alex, because we missed you last block. Can we start with Alex's? I know they're saying Erin's first, but if we don't mind, let's start with Alex's. Let's pop that one up if you don't mind. No one, space, flies when they land on something. Okay.
Why do they always do that with their hands? Why are they always going like this? What are they planning when they're rubbing their hands together? That's what I want to know. There's picnic plotting going on by flies.
Okay, wait. All right, so I'm trying to figure out what it is there. So who are they, and what is this? Oh, tell me about this meme. We were racking our brain back here in the producers' pods. What does this actually mean? Just break it down for us. What do you got here?
No one says anything. Nobody's doing everything. Everyone's minding your own business. You're at a picnic. You're enjoying your hot dog, probably 16 cents cheaper, right? Since that was our wonderful gift from the Biden administration that we saved 16 cents on picnic foods this summer. And then all of a sudden, flies coming in out of nowhere. When a fly lands on something, they rub their little hands together like this. Like, why are they doing that? It's a weird one. It's a little obscure, but that's just me. You know my humor if you watch my show Politics on Instagram.
So I guess you're comparing flies to Democrats. I think that's where we are. I'm not really sure. Stacey, let's take a look at yours. You're up. Let's look at Stacey's meme.
Okay, so here we are with fact checks. Only the fact checks that we've been exposed to over the past 3 or 4 years since Facebook began checking everything about us. It's fact-free. So they fact check our memes, they fact check pictures of ourselves, anything that you post that they think goes against Democrat orthodoxy, they fact check it. So now you have a cereal. It's fascist size, it's dialogue-free, 100% real censorship, and it's for you to eat with your oat milk.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think of that? What about Erin? What are your thoughts on Stacey's meme?
Well, I like it because all of those checks that you eat so vigorously are calorie-free.
But Alex, you know what? It seems like the fact checkers were really aggressive when Trump was president. And now that Joe Biden's president, I don't know, the guy from CNN, the Dan Dale guy, I mean, he was really busy during the Trump presidency. He's not really fact checking Biden. In fact, Biden misinformed the public saying if you've had COVID or if you have the vaccine, you won't get COVID. That is patently false.
You know, I've always been a Reese's Puffs kind of girl. That's what I had this morning. I've never been a fan of Chex Mix. Not enough sugar for me. I'm a sugar person, so I'm not exactly shocked. But you're right. The fact checkers, they've disappeared. It's like they're all looking for new jobs now that Trump isn't president. It's almost like it was all fake.
You know what, though? Look, the media's supposed to hold truth to power, hold the powerful accountable. It doesn't seem like that's what they're up to. Can we pull up Erin's meme now? Can we do
Yes,
that?
I got an extra good one today.
All
so
right.
This is a custom-made meme for me by the great Emma Mitchum. And you talked earlier about Ben and Jerry's and their anti-Semitism. So I'm Jewish. I'm going to need my own ice cream to eat. So I made my Moishin Shlomos, Shalom Sherbert, ice cream for Jews. So I have my very own ice cream because I would rather eat dog turds than eat Ben and Jerry's afterwards. And by the way, I did like a deep dive on Ben and Jerry's. They put the woe in woke. I mean, if you go look at their website, they have a new flavor called Resist, and it's basically anti-Trump. They are anti-capitalism, which is rich as their hubby chubby. They are the ultimate capitalists. These are two guys who took one course in ice cream and then sold their company to Unilever for $325 million. So they are basically the ultimate limousine liberals, and I hope their company goes down the toilet.
Wildly liberal. And by the way, you point something out very important, Aaron. I'll bring it out to Stacey, for example. So here they are, Ben and Jerry's, very, very liberal, very woke, and they're alienating a very big percentage of the American population, likely world population, with some of their moves. Unilever is a big corporation. They own Hellmann's Mayonnaise, they own a couple of soap companies, and they own Ben and Jerry's. Is it smart? I mean, it's got to be bad for business for the parent company to have one of your brands go ahead and alienate your whole clientele, no?
Yeah, it is bad, but what we've seen is that the left has really made a march through our institutions, and their final goal, they're halfway to realizing it because they have 500 major corporations that now buy into their woke ideology. They're pushing CRT in the workplace, and they really don't mind if they alienate customers because they feel on the main that the virtue signaling is far more important. So it's not shocking to see this, but I encourage people to do as Aaron has done here. We prefer ice cream that without our politics. The politics in ice cream makes it suck. It makes it taste bad, sours it up. We want ice cream for us, which means it has to be sweet and full of sugar, like our good friend from Politics said, which I love your show. I think it's one of my most fun things I get to watch. So let me just say, I like milk. I like oat milk. I like ice cream. I like none of it with politics. So the ladies here are on point.
All right. Speaking of,
and we should boycott those mayonnaise anyways. Mayonnaise is disgusting.
I love mayonnaise. Speaking of gross and disgusting, or whatever Stacey said, and sucking, Cleveland Indians, known as the Indians since 1915, 106 years ago, Cleveland's Major League Baseball team will be now called the Guardians. The club announced the name change today, effective at the end of the 2021 season, with a video on Twitter narrated by actor Tom Hanks. I'll bring it out to the panel, about 30 seconds each. Let's start with you, Aaron. Your thoughts on go woke, go broke, Cleveland Indians or Guardians style?
Wow, just what sports needs is more partnerships with celebrities. They're going to have literally no one on the right watching them or listening to them or going to their games. They kneel, they pander to celebrities. And who are the Guardians? I grew up a state away from Ohio. I mean, there are steel workers. It's the Rust Belt. Why don't you do something that's quintessential Ohio? What are the Guardians? The Guardians of the Galaxy, the Guardian Angels? They're going to be the Guardian broke and move to another city before you know it.
You know,
Bye, Cleveland Indians.
Washington Redskins, now the Cleveland Indians. I come from Chicago Blackhawks hockey team. Alex, I'm not sure that's going to last.
I don't think this new name is going to work. I think it might actually be more offensive than the original. Guardians comes across pretty religious, does it not? Not inclusive of all religions. I don't see any rainbows in this new logo. So how are we going to know if members of the LGBTQ community are welcome to the games? And speaking of the LGBTQ community, will the Guardians change their mascot to being a black trans woman? If not inclusive. Sounds to me like they've got a lot of work to do.
I'm going to let Stacey take the final word on that before we go, about 30 seconds. Go ahead, Stacey. Tough act to follow, but go.
Very simple for me. I see this as them continuing to wipe minority people off the face of things. We no longer have the black lady on our syrup. We no longer have the Indian guy on our butter. Now we don't have Indians on our sport team. When you look, there are only white people left. The Quaker Oats guy, white. The Mr. Clean guy, white. Only the white people are allowed to be on our things. Why is that inclusive? How is that woke? Somebody tell me.
We're going to leave it right there. Stacey, Aaron, Alex, thank you all very much. Very lively segment.